We're about to get underway. The first match of European Rival Series, week number 3. Pretty much the halfway point, and the playoff picture starting to come into clear view here as we get underway. 5 minutes on the clock. Juicy Kids needing a big win, and Servette looking to lock in #1 seed as that's off the back wall. And early pressure applied by Juicy Kids, and a quick turnaround the other way is going to be tipped forward. Killer #7 trying to get heavy set up. As a clear off the back wall comes out of Servette, and a nice 1-2 tap from the side wall, trying to continue things over onto the blue half. That's a big miss, and Mummy Snow's just looking for a pass right now off the corner, and a huge miss from Juicy Kids. They get away with one a little bit.
That was close because they almost got punished for an overextension. You saw Skyline when he came in that it was a chance for the defense to push that over and get a long shot.
And that one towards net kept at bay by Frag, and they won't be able to hang on to their own boost. Heavy knew he needed to get this ball cleared out to Killer #7. It will pay off as it's past that midfield line. But here comes Skyline, met by Killer #7. Alex 161 on the back wall, has a clear lined up, and will just muscle out Killer #7 in the corner. And Servette not able to still go through these guys. This is a stingy defense. Well placed to the top right, and Killer #7. Nice diving save.
That was the last second rotation that they needed to pull through on that one. One more, though, coming in. Oh, it falls short, but that was close.
Some tough stuff from Juicy Kids. They've gotten a little bit almost caught out of position. They're able to make it back just in time so far, but I think you still got to be able to hold on to your boost on the own half. Already a minute and 30 seconds about gone here in game 1. A couple of decent opportunities for both teams so far, but tough to say if anyone's really controlling pace of play.
If you watch Servette's style, they know that Killer is going to come in from the right wing over and over again. As long as they can see that and shut it down, Killer #7 over and over from the last series we watched him in was able to play completely from that side, but he can't do it this game. He's going to have to switch it up.
And that one from the left side, a bad clear by Juicy Kids, keeping a lot of pressure on. This one right in the box, and Alex 161 makes himself a big man to get through, and he'll find the lower right-hand side.
That was close, and Heavy actually looked like he almost had the first one in. Alex, again, he can clean up, and when he plays against a 2v1 like on the defense, as long as he challenges close, he can force their hitboxes into unconventional spots and get a better opportunity on the goal.
And unfortunate there for Juicy Kids. It was just that one slightly missed clear allowed that pressure to stay up for Servette, and they were indeed able to capitalize. Back wall, Frag catching a piece of it. Heavy's trying to follow, and it will be tipped forward by Servette. He's in a race. Killer #7 comes out on top. Does he have the boost to go get it? It's too far out to his left-hand side. And it will be Mummy Snow in charge in the midfield. He's been so dangerous for this Servette crew, and that one's just kept at bay. Punched off the bar by Heavy, and Servette still kept at bay right at the line.
Such a smart move to not double commit off the line like that, because when one goes up, and chance Killer #7 can still come and finish it out if needed. That's good play, that's good defense.
Good play, good defense. One missed clear from Servette, and Heavy's not able to get any power behind a shot. Killer #7 has a bit of a weak touch on the side wall, but still threatening here out of the midfield. They were too hesitant to go for it, and Frag just has to buy time for his teammates as Killer #7 makes his way once more under the breach. Mummy Snow tracking Skyline close in the corner. He will have a clear off the back wall. No boost to work with, at least for now, and he's going to need a little bit of help, but Juicy Kids are so close. The timing looks good out of the midfield. It's just making sure they get the nose on these balls and win some of these challenges. Killer #7 trying to find Frag, but nothing quite going through. This should be an easy save. Towards the top of the box. It was easy, but it was poor, and it's rushed through from Frag. Back wall, and one more for Killer #7. They equalize with 1:42 on the clock.
It's about time. They have taken shot after shot to close this out. You saw the backboard play looked really good, but you see the commit right there. When Mummy went up at the same time off the line, he can't recover it and get back in time, and that's where the goal opened up.
And Juicy Kids are doing exactly what we thought they would have to do. Look, they have to control the own boost on their own side of the pitch. You cannot afford to let Servette come and take that away and keep all this pressure up. So it's a good game 1 for Juicy Kids so far.
They're definitely going to challenge the rotations on defense for Servette today.
Well, here's Frag waiting on the sidewall. Killer #7 misses, and that will just leave Heavy. He's just going to run away. He jumped a little bit early. Thankfully, a missed touch from Servette, but a back wall pass. Skyline's there for it, picking his spot, and back wall will not be on target. Alex is trying to wait his turn, but a double commit from Juicy Kids. They go out towards the safety of the corner. And thankfully, they will find a clear up past midfield. Immediately met by Alex, though. Frag trying to continue the push. Killer, top of the box, nobody home, and a free clear for Servette. The final 60 seconds begin to tick down here in game 1. And still, Servette trying to punish some of these poor clears from Juicy Kids, but they can't make anything stick so far. Out towards the side, a big missed touch. Heavy gets through one. Can he get through Skyline on the back wall? He will not. Well defended from there. Mummy Snow waiting his turn patiently in the corner. Again, such a big force for this Servette crew on offense as he is once more in charge. That is taken away, though, and Heavy goes off the post, and it's going to roll its way into the net. Juicy Kids might steal game one.
When they crowded Killer in the corner initially, it looked like this ball was going to get a quick clear, but Heavy's touch on Mummy pushes him out of position, and Killer can come in for the second touch. Wow. That's a close pressure rotation that gives you another chance on offense, but it's kind of risky if it doesn't work.
Definitely a close one, Juicy Kids, but we talked about it last week. They are not unwilling to just send everybody at a ball if they really feel they have a good chance, as it's punched off the back wall. Killer number 7 can't get it on target, and this actually might be a solid counterattack here for Servette. As we get to the final 10 seconds, they're in a bit of a scramble, some double commits, and thankfully that's got some height on it, and Frag can also follow it up. But the last chance going to be starting here for Servette. As the clock ticks down to 0 and it's out into the middle, Alex is up and he will get beat, but either way, the fake on defense forced it into a bad touch straight into the ground. Juicy Kids will indeed come out on top.
When you can perform in the pressure situation like that in under 30 seconds, that's the Juicy Kids you want to see coming in strong. And I will say, again, we talked about it. If Servette's not going to perform on defense in the rotations, or if they're going to make small mistakes like that, Juicy Kids is making their own gaps, though, and that's working out really well for them.
Yeah, fairly equal across the board in terms of saves and shots. Both teams able to generate a lot of pressure. Skyline, he didn't do a lot there in terms of scoreboard participation, but he was just in a lot of good spots for his team. He says, look, I'm not making the big touches. I'm not making a huge clears for my team, good centers. I'm just where I need to be to stop Juicy Kids from doing something important.
Yeah, and you know, I will say that Servette looked good on offense. They missed some opportunities because just they played the woodwork a little bit too close. They wanted to get those upper 90s. Yeah. And when that didn't work, Mummy Snow and Alex kind of had to back off, and that was where you could see the counter plays coming in. Juicy Kids, they're really good at building up. Again, watch that right wing. For them, it's going to be for Servette, it's going to be the left. But for Killer, when he plays up that right wing, it's time for the move, and you can see it in their formation. It looks so good, and it's very, very quick.
And again, Killer number 7 stepped up really big for his team here. 2 goals to get them started off, and a big win. And like you said, there was a big bump in the box. A lot of physical play towards the end of the game. It's very classy. So definitely a good start for Juicy Kids here versus Servette. You think they take that and run with it, or what does Servette do here in game 2?
I think they answer, and I think they answer fast.
Okay.
Let's watch this first minute.
Let's watch it indeed. Very telling for Unthink, and myself actually. As this one will be out towards the right side, and it's a quick push from Juicy Kids. It's around one in the corner. It's a tough read for Killer number 7. I think he got punched out into the corner from Skyline, and they were not having any of that.
No, they're going to shut that down as quickly as possible. No one wants to deal with something in the first 15 seconds, and the physical play makes a lot of sense in that situation.
Alex 161 waiting his turn. Another weak clear from Juicy Kids, and he can't quite slide it into the lower right-hand side. Mummy Snow is trying to get back. It's a race the other way. Heavy will not get by Skyline. Good defense, but Servette, bit of a scramble there. You can't afford a lot of counterattacking chances. Pass to the top of the box for Servette, and into the middle. They got in front of it, but there's no power behind the touch. It rolls its way in either way.
And oh boy, Alex's setup for this is just far enough back behind the 18 that Skyline can come in and crash forward. It takes all 3 defenders to try to make a stop on this. One touch, but not enough force to get it out to the side. I will say, though, defensive rotation was just a half second behind.
Close one indeed, but Servette will take what they can get. You said they'd answer quick. They get on the board within 1 minute, and they do not get it right back. Mummy Snow makes a solid stop. Heavy, not able to go cleanly through Mummy Snow in the blue corner. Punched all the way to the opposite end of the pitch as here comes Frag, launches it downfield. All of Juicy Kids trying to track this one down. A miss clear off the back wall. Frag, perhaps not expecting a flub clear, maybe just out to try and steal that corner boost. Just not ready to be able to shoot the ball so quick. Skyline double commit with Alex in the corner. And that is going to throw off Servette. Mummy Snow needs to buy a lot of time here. That was a well-timed challenge in the midfield. Got it nice and high. Plenty of hang time. And how about one off the post? Can't finish the job in the lower left-hand side. Again, shooting accuracy is a big thing you see between the rival series and the RLCS. because you know you got to be able to put that one home if you want to challenge those teams for those promotion spots, but Mummy Snow just slides one in for free. Juicy Kid's not able to get back, apparently.
100% goal participation from Alex so far this game, and it's great. So they've actually given Skyline and Mummy a lot more chances on goal as a result of this changeup, and Mummy finally takes the opportunity to strike that one in. This is the big ticket opportunity for them if they want to keep these going. They've got the 2-point cushion now. They can ease back if they want. They don't have to play as risky.
That is a good point. You do know you don't have to really commit a lot of people to get things done on offense, as that is slammed off the back wall and quickly down to the other side. Frag met it in the midfield, and now Juicy Kid's gonna have to find an answer here. They had a couple of decent chances versus Servette in game 1. They definitely had to earn a couple of them too, but now you'll see Mummy Snow and crew just lock down a little bit on defense like Unthink was talking about. More than willing to let them bring the ball to them as long as they're in a good position. I'm sure those guys are pretty confident in being able to play good defense, but a huge missed touch. Frag's gonna rocket one to the right side, and they'll give one right back.
Alex was trying to make a reset off the ball if you watch this one go up, but he misses the wheels, and when that comes through, a great pass to set up Frag, who's already waiting up at the 50. A bit of an overextension. I'm not sure why Servette thought that that was the choice to make. They do want to bump it up a little bit more and try to go 3-0, but Alex wasn't set up in a position to make that happen. The rotation was just off for them.
Definitely an awkward choice to try and get something so mechanically based.
It was a risky move with a lot. Oh, but it does not matter because Skyline can set up Mummy and make the magic happen. When he plays this one off the wall, it forces Killer into a weird spot because he's forced to come out of the box. And when that occurs, the team's not ready for the full rotation. Mummy can take a quick shot on goal.
And that was really good positioning for Mummy Snow as well, because you could see that clear from the Juicy Kids. It's so tough to get that clear up into the air, past that midfield line when you're coming off of that sidewall. You're not high up. He's right near the ground. It's very tough, difficult to get a tough clear, and Mummy Snow recognizing that this is not going to be easy for him. He's got to hit it bang on, and how about this one? Frag, top of the box, and Heavy slices one into the left side.
Juicy Kids has a great system to answer all of this pressure coming in because they can see something wide of the box, and even with two defenders coming in close to try to block it out, it doesn't matter because the speed of that ball is going to force the defenders into tough spots where they really, even though they get the touch, it's not going to be significant enough to close it out.
So Juicy Kids are able to stay right in this game. Killer number 7 almost able to get it around Alex, but he was up there nice and early. Frag and Alex, they'll end up trading a little paint, and they'll each have to wait 3 seconds here to get back onto the pitch. That's a nice pass towards the top of the box. Skyline off the bar, and that will not be finished by Alex 161 trying to get downfield after respawning. So the final 2 minutes, still plenty of time here for Juicy Kids to get right back into game number 2. Frag back wall. Heavy thinks better of it. He knows he's too far away from that ball, and he will time a challenge excellently to just throw it back into the Servette side. Misses the pass to the top of the box, though. And again, the timing from Frag coming out of the midfield. Plenty of good rotation from Juicy Kids. The timing's great. There's no real follow-up for Servette, and they are not letting them out for free. They know what needs to be done.
The midfield is definitely in Juicy Kid's possession right now. When you watch the rotations, they're coming in for those half rotations, picking up boost, and then rotating back through. Their defense hasn't had to work as hard because as long as they can keep up that pressure, they're going to have a lot more opportunities on goal, which right now they desperately need.
That was a big win from Heavy there again, trying to get his team over onto the offensive third. Frag's just going to swipe away that corner boost. Here comes Killer number 7. Huge part of the offense, getting a lot of setup opportunities for Juicy Kids. He's trying to get it done here as well. He might have one, and it's off the nose. Heavy set him up beautifully. But again, the execution slightly lacking. Alex passed downfield. Mummy Snow feels backflip. Either way, I think Killer had him beat. And we're inside of 60 seconds now in game 2. Servette looking for an answer. Skyline under 1, but not through 2. Back wall, shot, and they do not get it home. Frag tried to get into that left-hand post, and nerves of steel from the Servette defense there.
You know, it's actually crazy because when Servette sees a ball come up on the backboard, they know it's going to slow down. They get a chance to come out and challenge it. The infield passes are where Juicy Kids is getting the better opportunities right now.
Hard off the back wall. Killer number 7 again, trying to get one more chance for his team going inside of 20 seconds. Straight out to the side. It should be free for Skyline. Actually, I think Alex might have called him off, and now it might be a little bit slow. Juicy Kids thought they had a chance, and they weren't expecting Alex to recover. And that wastes some precious time off this clock. And how about a shot into the right-hand side? Alex makes a bit of a weird choice and then makes a bang-on shot to put game 2 away.
Well, he's going to wrap the team in a security blanket for this one because that is the way to lock it up with 10 seconds remaining. Keeping it up, Alex, again, good positioning. He was the lone player playing pressure in the last 30 seconds. Both teammates moved back and they played in a very risk-averse situation, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah. They need to be able to close out a game in this series to pull themselves back in after that quick Juicy Kids win in game 1.
And killer number 7, a little bit of try and get something just for yourself. Pad the stats a little bit. That's not even going to get going. Skyline kicks it into the corner. Back wall, down and around. Well, never mind. They're going to keep this one up as long as they possibly can. They're following rule number 1, I think, and they've had enough. Juicy Kids have had enough.
Okay, fair enough.
So a good game 2 from Servette. You said they were going to come out and answer quick. They got 2 on the board before they even got to the 3-minute mark. Definitely a quick start from Servette. And Juicy Kids, actually, really good job. They found some quick answers there at around the halfway point. Unfortunately, those last couple of opportunities, you said Servette would back off, and the defense make sure they position themselves well. They did just that, and Juicy Kids just couldn't break that wall.
You know, I actually felt like that they didn't move into that mindset until after that mistake from Alex. When Alex actually missed that initial touch and then Juicy Kids quickly punished them.
Yes.
Frag being up at the midfield, ready to make that closeout. That made they were like, okay, let's back up. Maybe let's take a step back here because we need to make sure that we keep the cushion up. Being only 1 point ahead in a situation where Juicy Kids is going to be one of their more challenging matches in the rival series is something that they have to be able to be very aware of, especially in the last 2 minutes of a match like this.
And again, I still all really like what I've seen out of the Juicy Kids. They have not been particularly hemmed in by this Servette squad. That was definitely a big question I had coming in because Servette have looked so good with such a good win over Secret. And it was a big question. Can they hold on to their own boost? Can they push effectively from offense to defense? It's just the Servette defense carried them through that game number 2. So well done to those guys.
Absolutely. You know, I will say Juicy Kids, their backboard play looked more like they were just missing opportunities on goal. Their infield passes are really where they shine.
Were good.
They've got to replicate that. They've definitely got to replicate that this game.
Yeah, killer number 7 had that big pass from Heavy.
It looked good. And Heavy is always at the top of the box. Put him up. He's got the accuracy.
Well, we'll see if they can get it right back in game number 3. We've moved to Manfield Night. Beautiful stadium. It is a lovely stadium.
Gorgeous.
And how about off the ceiling and in for free for
also
Frag?
Gorgeous.
Also gorgeous.
Not only a good goal explosion, but a good shot. When you see one off the ceiling like that and you can use all of your boost to make it happen, he actually had full boost to jump in on this one. That's the answer.
It's there's your validation for not leaving somebody in the net and going and grabbing the corner boost.
You don't always have to win off the cheat up. Sometimes you can get creative.
Yes. Mummy Snow cuts right. Actually, that's Skyline, my mistake. I can't read names.
Well, it's actually crazy because you would have expected Mummy to be the one to put that initially up, and Skyline, normally their third man back, has actually been a lot more aggressive in this series. I think it's paying off for them.
It certainly could be, but right now, again, a lot of physical play from Juicy Kids in the midfield, forcing Servette off this ball. Pass to the top, well read by Skyline. Frag will yield to Heavy in the corner. Takes kind of a nasty hop, does make a good adjustment. No one's able to really win that corner boost. Mummy Snow has it out on the other way, but currently Servette needing some time to be bought for them. Ceiling, Alex did not have a flip reset, but Mummy Snow does it himself anyway. Came and got it, and they get it done.
Just drops it for him. Look at this. Alex looked like he was going to make the touch, and then I think he actually, did he get his wheels on it?
Oh my goodness, what?
Hello! Hello, Mummy Snow. He's going to allow him to play that one through an air roll. Makes the key move on that one because he can keep the momentum forward while still giving it a lot of speed that I don't think the defense was prepared for.
I actually definitely agree. And that is one of the toughest situations to be in as a defense player. You're so focused on what Alex is going to do with that ball. You kind of see Mummy Snow coming into the last second. You sort of stop for a second saying, wait, what's going to happen here? And by then it's already too late. Launch to Heavy, rifle to the right, and that's off the bar and unfortunately taken away. Frag had a shot, but killer number 7 just trying to keep the pressure up, not fully aware of the situation. Tough break for Juicy Kids, though. And now it is Juicy Kids just trying to figure out a way of their own half here. Servette has a good chance to really put them under a lot of pressure here. Didn't quite win that corner boost. Alex took that one away, and finally it gets through. Mummy Snow's just a tad late. Had to go all the way back to his own side to grab boost. The net's got a lot to pick from, and he will go pretty much right at him, but just enough behind him. Frag gets it done.
I was afraid that Killer was a little lost on this play because he didn't get the right touch off the ward, but man, Heavy comes in full form. Again, we talked about it. He'll shadow it, he'll make sure that it counts, and then Frag comes in for the all-in. This was a risky three-man play, but when it pays off, it's big because Juicy Kids have got to get up in this matchup. They can't let Servette's great offensive pressure take advantage, so when they get the chance, that transition's got to be important for them.
And again, it was just that one slight timing mistake from Servette. He had to go all the way back to his own side to get boost. Juicy Kids recognized we have a small window of opportunity here, and they made it count. As here is Heavy, back wall to himself, and Skyline says, no sir, have to wait for another chance. Killer number 7 looking for a clear, and that is punched dangerously to the top of the box. Skyline is picking his timing, and unfortunately, no! I was going to say Skyline does not get the best shot, but sometimes it still finds its way through.
Oh no, this was a little bit of a mistake. He pulls back from the line, and when he went up, I'm not sure how he missed that one. That's just a bit of an oopsie-daisy, and it worked out really well for Skyline, who, by the way, closed out on boost for that one, so he had nothing else. After that hit, he would have had to make a full rotation anyway.
And that one hurts if you're Juicy Kids as well, because you know in your heart that one can never find its way into the back of the net. So we approach the halfway mark here in game number 2. Frag and the Juicy Kids going to have to find another one to try and take down Servette in game 3. Whoever wins this game 3 is looking pretty good. You give yourselves at least 10 minutes of gameplay to take down the opposition. Mummy Snow's up early, and Heavy there to keep things locked down in front of the net. Skyline in charge in the midfield. Mummy Snow following closely behind. He's going to try and wait for this Heavy touch. That's a great demo, and the net's open, and what a recovery from Heavy.
That was great from Heavy, because if he didn't get that, there was no one home to finish that off. The clear looks okay, but the important part was to get some time. 3 seconds he needs before his team is going to be back into the game.
And now Juicy Kids again searching for a clear. Mummy Snow swipes away that corner boost. Going to have to take yourselves out of rotation and way out of position if you want to get some. Mummy Snow tracking this one. That is also another demo on this Juicy Kids squad. And this over the top. Can they finish it? Tough play for Alex. He's got to get all the way around it. Almost no way it's going in, but a lot of good pressure here from Servette. Probably looking at overtime, I feel like, here in game 3.
Well, Killer might go for something different. Wow, that was close. A great save, though, from Alex to keep the play going. You know, Servette, they've got to be pleasantly surprised that the pressure's working for them, and also their rotations are leading to demos. I don't think they're flying for them. I think they're just seeing them in their sights and say, I can do this as well as carry the ball forward and keep to our system.
Well, here's Servette once more, pushing themselves against this brick wall of a defense that is Juicy Kids. A little bit of a double commit. Juicy Kids have had to deal with a bit of physical play from Servette. They've got the job done, though. Pass across, and I think they crossed themselves up. I think the communication broke down just a little bit, perhaps not reading the intent of their team quite optimally. Skyline with a little bit of fake, and Heavy says, no, you don't get to do that. Only I do to my teammates.
That's for me.
That's for me. Killer hard off the back wall. Double commit from Servette. Great tap to the top of the box, and again, sails wide for Heavy. They've converted on a couple of tight windows for the Juicy Kids, but again, looming in overtime, looking towards it, are both of these teams. Frag softly to the top. This is going to get launched and stolen away, actually. Heavy gets in front of it, gives the Juicy Kids a couple of last chances. Alex has to make a tough stop, and Frag now gets through another one. Skyline is trying to close the distance, and that is a welcome clear for the Servette side. They might get the last say here in Game 3 in regulation time. Double commit, though, will kill the ball. It is indeed OT. Frag has 2 on the board. Killer and Heavy both have an assist. Mummy, Alex, and Skyline have all gotten involved. It's been a pretty well-rounded game for all of these guys here in Game 3.
You called overtime about 30 seconds ago. I think it made sense. We were really seeing Juicy Kids put on pressure, but their rotations changed. We started seeing an individual go up. It was 1 and then 2 back on defense because they needed that additional defensive rotation to not make mistakes, because overtime is just as important as trying to take something in regulation with a team as tough as Servette.
Killer on a dribble. He's been so good at getting his team opportunities. Here's another one. Far to the top of the box. Skyline's the only one home for it, though. Frag takes his time. Killer's up nice and early. He's got Alex beat. Had to really go get it. And it's so tough to get the perfect touch on that ball to sink it. Frag coming quickly out of the midfield and up again. Alex has to wait. This is going to be Killer number 7 all day. There was a bump in the net, but it wasn't hard enough. Heavy with a great presence of mind. The heads-up play to force Servette to react to his presence. And now it's just pressure, pressure, pressure for Juicy Kids. Heavy's going to find the net. They will take game 3.
Watch the first one. Skyline misses the first, but he's got a teammate to come back in. Skyline actually doesn't get a chance on the second. He's got a teammate that comes back in. Skyline's on the line, but he played off of the wall and lost his recovery. He was the third man in that defensive rotation. He needed to make the clear. That was unfortunate, but Juicy Kids keeping that pressure going and keeping that parallel play. They continually had a player in position to take different angles, and it forced the defense out to lose all of their boost. That was a great bait play to pull them out of overtime.
And Juicy Kids, such an excellent job, giving Servette a little bit of their own medicine there. Game number 3, all throughout there was a lot of physical play from the Servette side early on in that game 3 against the Juicy Kids right in front of their box. They had to react, fix a lot of tough spots to be in on defense. They did a good job getting in front of a lot of tough shots. And again, a very well-rounded offense for them. 3, 2, and 3 shots for Frag, Heavy, and Killer respectively. So it was a great show from Juicy Kids in Game 3. It was a tough win. Alex not able to get a lot of shots done, but again, so much timing, a lot of defense. He was very much the rock for that Servette side, and unfortunately just couldn't handle the pressure there at the end.
I felt Servette backed off a little bit from what they were doing so well in Game 2. Overall, Juicy Kids, they felt strong. They were committed to the play. You saw a lot of their pressure getting denied by good defensive rotations from Servette, which is exactly what you want to see, and that actually led us into overtime as a result. But when they fell apart on defense, and we talked about it, the second they fall apart and make one small mistake, they're going to keep all men up, all 3 up, and that is exactly their style. Juicy Kids, when they can perform that way, it makes a big difference because they don't have to worry about coming back on the rotations up to the midfield. Instead, they can utilize the boost that they have, play on some of the small dime 10 marks, and then they can come back and be fully committed to that box.
And the really important thing about Juicy Kids playing that send everybody, get up in their faces, and they do it so well. Because they know that first guy through, as soon as Heavy or somebody else says, look, I'm coming forward, I'm going to try and make something happen, they know that first guy through has to get back on defense. It's not like they make this half rotation and throw themselves off. They don't take themselves out of position. They are very aware of how aggressive they're playing. So it's some great communication coming through for the Juicy Kids here versus Servette. And now Servette, despite taking down Team Secret, despite all of us on the desk thinking Secret's going to come out on top, or Servette's going to come out on top, not Secret, despite we all thought Secret was going to come out on top,
we were also very sure about that.
It's tough to say. What do you do here? I mean, Juicy Kids has played a spot-on series for these guys. There was a lot of questions. Can they handle this pressure that Mummy Snow brings? And they have handled it as well as you could ask.
I think that when they get on offense, it makes sense. On defense, I think that's where a lot of the pressure that they were folding under in Game 2 was. This one looked good. This was very important for them. And also, they put Skyline, from Servette, they put Skyline on offense a lot more than I thought that they were going to. When he came back on defense, I don't know if he was ready in that mindset, and that kind of put them into a weird position in overtime, especially where they really didn't get their own opportunities at all. Really, Juicy Kids kept them contained. That was so important for them because, again, the rotations were key, positioning was just right, and when you have a team of all 3 great offenders who have good, accurate shots, the passes looked right, and they were able to play across the goal, which only confuses a defense. You don't want to have to be in a position where you go, I've really got one save before I have to go pick up boost in the corner, and then I'm going to leave my team and hope that someone's back in position for that. It requires good communication, but at the same time, it also requires a team to have boost, and they were completely starved at that point.
You know, it's a very important resource, Unthink. Boost.
I've heard boost is an important
the only resource in the game, I hear. It's almost like if you have more of it, you're better off. But Juicy Kids definitely doing an excellent job making Servette react to a lot of pressure. And how about their capitalization? There was that second goal in that game at the 3:20 mark. They had to get that small window of opportunity to clear it out past into the midfield, and they got it done. And now it's Servette who's going to have to battle for 2 more games if they want to win this one. And already Juicy Kids starting off with plenty of pressure here out of the midfield line. Chance for Heavy, low right side, slow shot, give him the changeup, and he'll get it home.
Well, we talk about first goal being really important because win percentage typically leads from the first goal, and Heavy, great time to do that. 15 seconds deep. He gets just over Mummy Snow, and the problem with that one is Mummy just didn't have the air to actually clear that, and then he leaves his 2 defenders who are stuck on the line to have to pick up the slack, and at that point, Heavy's got a lot of opportunity because he can hit it so quickly.
Well, again, Juicy Kids, pressure, Frag cannot track this down. Not a lot of boost to finish the job. Swipes away that Servette corner in the that corner boost. I was about to say he swipes away the corner in the midfield, and I was like, that literally can't happen.
Midfield corners, you say?
Frag's gifted a free ball. Mummy Snow get it up there quick from the back wall. Nice save, but a hard shot off the bar from Heavy. Again, the placement just not quite there, and Heavy's feeling good. We talked a little bit about it before the game. He felt really good to get that first win. He knew Servette was going to be a tough match. There was no underestimation coming out of this Juicy Kid squad, and Heavy has performed admirably.
Definitely. He's already taken home 2 shots on goal, one of them, of course, leading 2-1, so he's got a great percentage right now. But over this entire series, he's been the answer on offense for them where they necessarily couldn't pick it up from Frag and also Killer. It looks so good.
It was going to be a bit of a scramble there, I thought, for Juicy Kids. Servette looked like they got past all 3 of them with a quick 1-2 out of their own half, and this might be the first chance for Servette to try and get a grip on the ball. Unfortunately, it skims off the nose of Mummy Snow and punches all the way down to the opposite end of the pitch. Straight down to the middle. He was so close. Killer number 7, I think, wanted a demo there and kind of just got surprised with, oh, I might have to shoot. Heavy out to Frag, and again, great infield passes coming out of Heavy. Like you said, he's got the accuracy. Frag and Killer number 7 just struggling to find the connection there, apparently.
If they can put them together, again, there it is, another opportunity. If they keep it in field, that's where they have the speed. That's the absolute weakness when we're talking about Servette's defense, because when they play it off the backboard, they play it from the corner, they have time to reset, set up, and pick up boost. Really, they have a couple more seconds. The infield is slowing them down and giving them a chance to really strike.
So we're already 2 minutes into Game 4, and Killer number 7's going to just come in, sink it right over the top of the defense, and I really like Juicy Kids here.
I really like Heavy right now. That was a great setup, and again, we catch Mummy Snow out of a place where he can actually make anything meaningful on defense. That's the second time it's happened this game. He's got to be able to get up a little bit quicker. Anticipating that ball will be key to challenging it and at least getting it out to the wing if possible.
And now, I mean, if you're looking at Servette, they have not had a lot to do here. They've just been boxed into their own half, 0 shots on the scoreboard. It has been all Juicy Kids in Game 4. You need something to get started right now.
They've really been contained. And you're watching, again, the wing play works well for Juicy Kids because they'll come in wide and then they'll play it back into center really close. This is forcing them to kind of stay in the box and be on their heels. And Servette, they don't like that. They want to be on offense. That's where they shine. That's where their passing play really shows off. And they've got to make sure that they keep that up. If they can get out of their half, that'll be the key to getting back into this game.
Well, still more pressure being applied by Juicy Kids. Heavy goes behind the defense. Give them 3 for the game. Juicy Kids cruising.
It looked like Heavy was trying to make a pass out, but Frag instead goes, hey, move into center. You've got a chance if I can play this one back out to you, and he does exactly that. Again, that looked like great communication, but also the chemistry on Juicy Kids is really shining in Week 3.
For sure. It's been a bang-up job. There's been a lot of great placed passes well out of reach of the defense. It's been very difficult for Servette to get out there and cut down these passing lanes.
It's a real bait and switch on a lot of these passes. They're looking good.
Yeah. Frag. Heavy steals that corner boost. Not able to win a challenge. This could be an opportunity. Skyline's got a couple people to choose from. Unfortunately, lofts it a bit high. Rushing in is Skyline, and how about a rocket into the right side? They get one back.
He's had his name written on that upper 90 all season, and he takes another shot at that corner and plays amazing. When he gets it wide, he forces Killer to second guess his actual jump, and he doesn't get enough air to actually close out the hang time. The ball wasn't going really fast, but it was going just fast enough to make a defender second guess.
And it was in such a tough spot to read initially because it's like, is that going to go off the post? Do I really have to go get this one? And you force them into that split-second decision. They made the wrong one. They ended up punching it into their own net. And that's all you can ask for. Servette need to get something going here. They got about 90 seconds to find 2 goals if they want to stay in this one and force OT. Skyline trying to continue here. Great pass out in the middle. Do they want to dribble it? They're trying to keep it away, but again, a good spread of the field from the Juicy Kids. Heavy keeping track of where this is going to be. A nice demo in the net. Frag has a lot to pick from. They force him to go to the far side of the net. They force them to dodge another demo, and it opens the door.
Frag, knowing he needs to turn his car to hit this one down to get a little bit more speed on it, makes a lot of sense when he's playing this one through. The rotation just wasn't there. Unfortunately, this game for Mummy Snow on defense has been really tough. He's got to get back into that rotation. It feels like he's completely out of the groove on that side.
I mean, Mummy Snow had, he was well aware of what was about to happen. He just saw Killer number 7 coming in to try and demo him as well. And he tried to get out of the way, and it opened the door just enough for Frag to get things done. It's been an excellent job of offensive performance for Juicy Kids. Plenty of pressure.
I think the real problem is Servette, they only have 1 shot on goal this game.
For sure.
And there is a lot more coming from Juicy Kids. I would argue greater than 1.
I would also argue more than 1. But here's a chance to get one back, and Killer number 7 reads it like a book. Pass back, unfortunately, over his head. And you can tell Juicy Kid's having a little bit of fun now. Let's see if we can style on them a little bit. We're up by 3 with 30 seconds left. Like I said back at the 2-minute mark, it's been a cruise for Juicy Kids here in Game 4, and this is a well-earned victory versus Servette.
This series loss for Servette will mean a lot for them coming out of Week 3 because they expected, after beating Team Secret, they did not expect this one to go this way, and now they've got to put back on their training shoes and go, okay, well, we lost to Juicy Kids, who are very unpredictable. What can we do to shine?
They don't.
Very close to making that one happen, but it's just, it wasn't enough.
It simply was not enough.
And that actually, you know, coming from speed, coming from actually getting the pass just right in the box, everything felt a little bit behind for Servette this game, and that's trouble for them because where their speed shined really well against Team Secret yesterday, I'm not seeing it today.
So a brilliant positional masterpiece, I would say, from the Juicy Kids here versus Servette.